Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another set of beautiful nails. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and remove her gel polish. And as you can see, these were her Biloxi nails, her vacation nails, and they look really good. I drew some little palm trees and some little flamingos, and they turned out so pretty. I was actually amazed at how good I was able to do it. So once again, I'm just going in and removing her gel polish, and I'm using a medium drill bit for that. Alrighty, so once again, I'm going in with a medium drill bit to remove her gel polish. And as you can see, I always start filing around the cuticle area, and I go from one corner to the other, and then I just file the rest of the nail to get all that polish off. Once again, this is a medium drill bit, and I'm just removing the gel. So after we remove the gel polish, I'm going to go in with this Tammy Taylor Stick and Peel Cuticle Pusher, and I'm just going to use that to push her cuticles back. And after this, we're going to go in with a 180 sanding band to remove the shine for her natural nail. Once again, this is a 180 sanding band, and we're removing the shine from the natural nail. Remember, this step is really important. You want to make sure that all the shine is off, because if not, that will cause lifting. And afterwards, after you dust the nails off, you want to make sure you go back and look at the nails. And if you still have some shiny parts, then just go back and file again, because if not, you will have lifting. Also, make sure there is no oils, no water, no nothing on the nails. Make sure that they are nice and dry, because that will cause lifting as well. So after this, we're going to dust them off, and then we're going to go in with a primer. So for my primer, I'm using my OPI Bondex, and as you can see, I'm just applying this to her natural nail. You want to be sure that you don't get it on the skin, because if they have any cuts or anything, it will burn them. So for our acrylic, I'm using my Mia's Secret acrylic system, which is my pink powder, my monomer, and then for my brush, I'm using my alpha brush and then number 9. And remember, I do have a promo code for the alpha brushes, and that will be in the description. So as you can see, I get a bead of acrylic, I place it down closer to the cuticle area, I pat it down, and then I gently brush it down towards the tip. You want to be careful not to get a bead that's too wet or too dry, because if it's too wet, it's going to run all over the skin, and if it's too dry, it's going to dry too fast and it's going to be really lumpy. So I will be doing a video on how to get the perfect bead really soon, but for now it's just a matter of practicing and just seeing what works for you. So once again, I get my bead, I place it closer to the cuticle area, I pat it down, and then I clean around the cuticle area. And then if I need to get some more acrylic, I just place it wherever I need it. And remember, you want to make sure you work smarter and not harder. You don't want to just place a lot of acrylic everywhere, because you will have a lot of lifting to do at the end. Once again, this is my Me and Secret acrylic system in the color pink, and I'm using my alpha brush in a number 9. And as you work, you want to make sure that you clean your brush a lot. After almost every stroke, I clean my brush, and that's just to make sure that there's no acrylic stuck on my brush. Alrighty, so same thing for the other hand. I grab my bead, place it on the nail closer to the cuticle area, pat it down, and then I stroke it down towards the tip, and then I go back and clean around the cuticle area, and then if I need to add some more, then I just add it to whatever area I need it. Once again, make sure you clean around that cuticle area really good. You want to make sure that the acrylic is not on the skin, because that will cause lifting, because it's really hard to go back and file acrylic that's on the skin. And remember, I will have a video coming soon on how to get the perfect bead, but for now, just keep practicing. Alrighty, so after the acrylic application, we're going to go in and reshape the nail. So for that, I'm using a 100 nail file. And as you can see, she already has that coffin shape. We're just going back and redefining it. So as you can see, when I'm filing the sides of the nails, I go in at an angle. And then the tip, I file at a 90 degrees angle to make sure that our tip is nice and straight. So we're going to do that for all the nails. Remember, we're just redefining that shape. If she wanted a different shape, then we could do like stiletto or something, but she want to just keep her shape, which is the coffin shape. And I recently did a video on how to shape nails for beginners, so I'll leave that link in the description if you guys haven't been able to check it out. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to go in with my e-file to file the nails, and for this I'm using a fine drill bit. You want to make sure that you're not using something that's too coarse, because you don't want to file too much acrylic off, and you also don't want to cut them, or you don't want to damage their nails. Once again, I'm using a fine drill bit, and I'm just filing the whole nail, but as you can see, I focus mainly on that cuticle area, and then I file the rest of the nail. If you're still having lifting and you prepped the nail correctly, if you did everything else correctly, but you're still getting lifting, most likely you are not filing around this cuticle area correctly. I can probably guarantee you that 100% that this is the issue. So make sure that you are sealing that cuticle area to make sure that there's no water, no moisture, no nothing getting under the nail, because that will cause your nails to lift literally the second day or the first day or whatever. So make sure that you are filing around this cuticle area really good. And then if you're not using an e-file, I know that it's even harder to prevent lifting, because even for me, I just can't do it. I have to have a drill So if you don't have a drill, I would advise that you would try to invest in one, because once again, even for myself, it's hard for me to not get lifting without a e-file. That's why I always use my drill. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to go in with a buffer, and we're just going to buff all her nails. And remember, when you're buffing, that's just to remove any scratches that were left on the e-file. If you don't buff, you will be able to see all the scratches through the polish, and this is just to make sure that they are nice and smooth. As you can see, I always run my thumb over the top of the nail to make sure that it's smooth, and if it is, I go over to the next nail. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to dust them off and clean them off with an alcohol wipe. And after this, we're going to start the polish application. So for her polish, I'm going to go in with this lip balm gel polish in the color Dragonfire, which is the one that we all love. So we're going to do that on a lot of her fingers, and then we're going to do 2 designs on each hand. Once again, this is Dragonfire by Lip Balm. Alrighty, and my little cleanup brush that I'm using to clean around the cuticle area is my French brush by Alpha Brush and a number 6. Once again, that is a French brush and a number 6, and I do have the promo code to Alpha Brush, so I will leave that in a description, so be sure to go check them out. And once again, this is Dragonfire by Lip Balm. I get these from my local nail supply store, but they do have them on eBay, and they come with a regular polish as well as a gel polish. Alrighty, so after we cure each hand for 30 seconds, I'm going to go back and do a second coat. We're just doing a second coat, and then we're going to cure them again for another 30 seconds, and we're going to start the nail art part. Alrighty, and I'm also going to go in with this Lip Balm gel polish in the color Pure White, and I'm just going to draw a couple of little rectangles on the nails, and then we're going to cure those for 30 seconds, and we're going to do the same thing on the other hand. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in with my Broadway nail art paint, and remember I get these from my local Dollar General. They're only $1, and the only thing about these is they get really thick really easily, but they're only $1, so I don't complain. I just go back and buy some more. Sugar. But once again, this is my Broadway nail art paint in the color black, and I'm just going to draw random lines on the nail with it. Alrighty, so I'm also going to go in with the Dragonfire gel polish to draw a couple of lines, and for that I'm using my small nail art brush, which will be on my website again. And remember, my website will be up pretty soon. I was going to restock today or upload today, but I forgot that it was Mother's Day, so just bear with me. It should be up here in the next day or two. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in with my Elite 99 matte top coat on the red nails. And then for the other two nails, I'm going to go in with my Jovamia gel top coat, which means that the red ones will be matte and then the other two nails will be shiny. And after this, we're going to cure them for 60 seconds. And then we're going to go back and do the same thing to the other hand. Alrighty, so once again, we're going in with our Elite 99 matte top coat on the red nails. And then for the other two nails, we're using our Jova Mia gel top coat. Alrighty, so now I'm just going in and wiping off her nails with an alcohol wipe to remove the sticky layer. And this is the final look. They turned out so pretty. That red is just flawless with that matte top coat. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at GetNailed32. And I'll see you guys in my next video.